And welcome back. The kickoff to Halloween show here. We are live from Serums in Anoka, the Halloween capital of the world. Don't forget, tomorrow, the big Grand Day Parade. I'm honored to be the Grand Marshal of the parade. Hey, I gave thanks at the beginning of the show. I'm going to do it again right now. Again, the behind-the-scenes folks never, ever get the credit they deserve. Our engineering and photography staff got here at the crack of dawn to make sure this looks great. Thanks to Nate, Sean, and John for being here and setting all of this up. It wouldn't happen without them, so thank you so much. Okay, Dawn McLean, if that name sounds familiar, she's the executive producer of my radio show on My Talk 107.1. But Dawn is also a longtime paranormal investigator, going to prisons and asylums all across the country. Well, recently, she traveled to St. Paul, right across the river, to the legendary Lexington restaurant. The Lexington has been home to apartments, funerals, various restaurants. So Dawn and her team at the Twin Cities Paranormal Society recently investigated the Lexington. This conversation is about that experience. Wait till you hear the audio that she brought to us. Take a look. Okay, your ghost adventures continue. It's weird for me because I talk to Dawn every day on the radio. And so I know some of these stories, but Dawn's really good. Like, Dawn doesn't say everything on the radio because we save them for like segments like this. So let's go through. You've been on a few trips lately with the Twin Cities Paranormal Society. Mm-hmm. Let's start with Mounds View Penitentiary.
Yeah, Moundsville Penitentiary.
Moundsville. I love that the audience already oohed just hearing penitentiary. Yeah.
Moundsville Penitentiary, yes, this is a very old prison. It was actually shut down because of overcrowding. It's just a very old haunted prison. We went there, and there's a place called the Sugar Shack, which is downstairs. Now, I know, it sounds the way bad things happen down there, okay?
I think you and I have been to a place called the Sugar Shack together.
Yes, but bad things happen down there. It was a rec room, but then the guards would send prisoners they didn't like down there, and prisoners would, pass away and get Yeah. So we were down there, I was using the spirit box, and I rarely get afraid when I'm doing this.
Yes.
But I really got afraid because what it is this is a radio, high frequency sweep radio. I have headphones on, I'm cut off from the rest of the people in there with me, like 10 people.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Dawn can't hear her coworkers, she can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything. I'm blindfolded, so I can't hear their questions. And they will line up, like what they ask lines up with what I hear from the spirit box. So, so this is a part where I get really afraid. You can tell they're circling me, and I even mention it, and yeah, so.
Let's hear a little bit of it.
Weren't there people murdered down here?
Get off of me, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, exactly. So that growl or grunt that you hear at the end, that is not any of the people in the room. It did not come up on anyone's audio. About 10 people had recorders. It only showed up on my camera audio, which is an indication to us that it is paranormal. So yeah,
you mentioned it, we'll get the spirit box. Can you show what? And girl, you Dawn McLean up that spirit box.
So this is usually what it is right here. This is what people use, okay? It's just a simple radio frequency sweep, and they made it for paranormal people. So it scans frequencies very fast, and the ghosts manipulate it to speak through. So whenever we hear full phrases, it's still sweeping, so it's impossible that it would be a DJ or a radio station. So I am in, the next one I think is in the same prison.
Yeah, this is same prison, sitting in the wheel. What the hell is the wheel?
Okay, the wheel, all right, that doesn't involve the spirit box.
Yeah.
That actually involved this, which is a tripwire. This is one of my new toys. And it's
Do you bring this to my house when you house sit?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah.
No, but basically these light up whenever the spirits come around. They're basically, every single one is a little K2 meter. It's in the clip, you'll see, it's turning the flashlight on and off for me on command, and I'm not touching it, okay? I'm like, turn it off, please. Okay, can you turn it on so I can see my recorder? Thank you. But then I get mad at it.
Listen.
Are you telling me that I spent $240 on those lights for you just to play with the flashlight? That's with expedited shipping. We're about to leave here. Can you light up my pink lights? Can you change the colors, please? Oh, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. You got a little mad.
I did get a little mad because I'm like, I spent $241 on this with expedited shipping. Can you please light up these lights?
Damn you, Ghost. You got expedited shipping.
I'm like, don't just use a flashlight, please. And they do light up on command.
Yeah.
They all blink, which was so cool.
Okay, back to the Spirit Box.
Yes.
So you were at the Lexington here in St. Paul, if you're not from here. And talk to me about this.
Okay, so I love this because this really convinced, it involved both of these. It convinced the skeptics out there that this works, and I told somebody on my team, I texted him and I said, suck it, because this works. So these are all across the staircase, and we are like, hey, you know, please tell us who you are, and it says green, and one of these lights up green right above his head. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, let's listen up here.
Can you light up these Christmas lights for us?
Dark.
Darkness.
I was trying to talk to you.
Greedy.
Help.
Help us?
Okay.
See, so it lit up green, and the spirit said green at
Okay.
the same time.
Now the last thing here.
Yes. Okay.
How were you not freaked out by this?
I'm excited. It makes me so happy.
I love you. Okay, explain what we're getting ready.
Okay, this is, you know, we try to figure out who is there. We want to connect with them. It's not just about like a sensational thing for us or to, you know, we're there to communicate with the ghosts, and we want to know who's there, what they think of the restaurant. Like, look how beautiful it is. They've restored it, you know. And so we ask, do you know what restaurant we're in? And here's the clip.
Could you please tell us the name of the restaurant that we're in?
Okay, so in the clip, Thomas on our team thinks it said Regal, but I slowed it down and listened to it. It says Rebel. So we asked, what is the name of this restaurant? And they said Rebel.
So for people who do not know, I literally just got
I know.
The chef at the Lexington was legendary chef Jack Rebel, who just passed away.
In December of last year, yeah.
And Jack was there at the relaunch of the Lexington.
He was, and he was a great person, and they honor him by saying the restaurant is the Rebel.
Oh, well, thank goodness that's the last thing, because I want to cry. And knowing Jack, oh, Jack is totally doing that. Yeah. He's totally doing that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thanks to Dawn. Thanks to Dawn McClain and the Twin Cities Paranormal Society. You can contact them. Look up Twin Cities Paranormal Society. They've helped a lot of people. Dawn has events all over the cities. You can find Dawn on her socials, Dawn at Dark. Unbelievable.
I would die. Like, you couldn't pay me to do that.
No.
I'd be terrified.
Dawn's so good, and the Twin Cities Paranormal Society is so good. And the Rebel thing, the fact that the ghost said Rebel in the Lexington,
Right.
Jack Rebel, legendary. It's even skeptics would say, now wait a minute.
How would you know that name? Yeah,
How would you?
know.
There'd be no way.
No.
There'd be no way to know. So I've been at the Lexington enough where it feels haunted.
You get the vibe.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of haunted, so we're here at Serum's, but right across the street, there's another restaurant called Billy's. And Billy's is known for a lot of things. Good food, good service, and a haunted building. Dave Schrader from various shows on Discovery Plus recently talked to us about his investigations here in Anoka. That, I'm going to go back into the crowd and talk to these completely sober people. That and more when we continue. Back live here at Serum's right after this.